What's going on, guys? So I've been on the Galaxy Z Flip 5 for a couple of weeks at this point, but it's time that I move over into the flagship department by Samsung, and that would be the Z Fold 5. Now, this is a product that is pretty much double the price of the Flip, but you know what else is double the price on this video? Our sponsor, nobody. So just keep in mind, this is my unboxing and first impressions. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this unboxed. So we always have to give credit where credit is due on this channel, and the box is made in Mexico, as you guys can see. But something special happens for Samsung products, especially in the flagship department, and it's that they're actually made in Korea. Here's a look. As you can see here, made in Korea. So I'm going to pull these pull tabs off. And we are going to get the Fold. Oh, not yet. We're still getting teased a little bit. So now we're getting the Fold. Can you just show me the color? Now we have the Fold. It's wrapped up too. Come on now. Look at it. What is this? A little indent here on the side. You guys got to do better with the presentation. So this is the icy blue color. I believe this is a Samsung exclusive color. I just gotta have it after I saw it on the website, so what a beauty. Samsung Galaxy, then on the front here, you can see Samsung Galaxy. So I can show you guys around the device a little bit. When it comes to the Z Fold 5, they have made some improvements. Probably one of the most notable ones is that it closes completely flat. It does take some characteristics of the Z Fold 4 itself, with the front display being a little bit wider than the first to third generation. And then when you open it up, bada bing, bada boom, baby. I'm telling you, the Z Fold 5 is just a magnificent phone. The hinge feels strong. Oh my God, it pops out so, pause. It pops out and snaps out like with so much effort compared to the previous Z Folds. The hinge is so stiff. Pause. All right, so before I get set up here, let me go ahead and show you guys around the device here. So on the bottom, we have our speaker grill as well as our USB-C. A little disappointed we're still not getting any type of S Pen or a Z Pen. You know, that would be nice. But then if we move over to the right-hand side, we have our fingerprint sensor as well as our volume rocker and our 5G antenna band. Then on the opposite side, we have our SIM card tray. Moving on to the top, we have another speaker. So it really does have nice speakers when it comes to the Z Fold 5. And then we have the cameras on the back. And guys, I'm telling you, this color, you don't want to mess with Samsung when it comes to colors. I mean, this is just beauty. So once again, completely flat when you close it, and when it's open, it is pretty much flat. So nice improvement here from Samsung. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to boot into the device, do some configurations, show you guys a little bit around. I'm just talking some nonsense at this point. So yeah, so first things first, we're going to switch this over to gestures because no one's really using navigation buttons anymore from my perspective. I'm gonna go ahead and change my wallpaper real quick because come on now, the wallpaper is looking a little basic for me. We always got to do the nice one. Just like that, bada bing, bada boom. And just like that, we have a new home screen. Samsung has been doing this for 5 years, but you can even add in a little bit more years due to their tablet. And this is almost like a tablet in a way when it's open. So whenever you click on an app, you actually get this taskbar down here, and you have the option to, you know, just quickly go into another one of your settings here. So you have your gallery, your notes, your calls, and whatnot. Just like that, it's great. So that is one of the nice features that I like about the Z Fold compared to the Z Flip and the other foldables out there. So you can go to your pictures here, or you know, your most recent apps. So as you can see here, this was the wallpaper I just did. And then I can also just directly go to my settings, just like that. It's just a really great experience overall. And the nice thing is, whenever you want to, you know, do split screen, you can just grab this, pop it over there, and just like that, you have your settings on the right, what you want on the left in terms of the Google stuff. You can move it over a little bit to the left. I mean, when it comes to multitasking in the UI, Samsung has definitely figured it out. So anyway, chop it up like a pizza. That made absolutely no sense, but yeah, this definitely feels good. Ooh, that wallpaper unlock animation. Look at that. Look at that juiciness. Oh, baby. And then look at the fingerprint unlock. Shh. Samsung, what you doing? What you doing? All right, now let's go do some fun stuff, AKA the typical, what does the display look like when watching videos and what does it sound like? Why does this always happen on Android, by the way? Like whenever I'm first trying to set it up an app, it just closes immediately. You gotta love Android. So while YouTube is updating, I'm gonna go ahead and give this a smell test because who doesn't like the smell of new technology products? Smells like the king of Android. Let's go in the daytime. What I don't think people realize when it comes to this display is that, yes, it is a Samsung display, but it's a foldable display. It's a flexible display, and we're still able to get colors that look as good as what we're seeing in front of us right now. Not that screen, but like this. Like, this is a screen that bends. Do you understand that? Okay? This looks fantastic. One thing I want to mention is people like to talk about the crease in the middle here. I'll show you guys on the overhead. It is obvious whenever you have it in a certain light, but whenever you're watching content, the crease is in the middle, so it honestly just kind of goes away. And I'd also argue that when you actually start using the device, your brain is smart enough to just completely get rid of the crease that you see. And I don't know if you guys have also noticed this as well, but there's actually a camera on the front. I don't know if you guys can spot it, but I'll give you guys a couple seconds. It is right here. It's right there. You probably still don't see it, but there's an under display camera. Now, this is nothing new. They have this on the Z Fold 4, but you know, when it comes to pushing the boundaries, Samsung is definitely up there. I'm not gonna say they're the best, but they're definitely up there when they want to kind of push the boundaries of what you want to do in a mobile phone for consumers. So before I hop into the camera, let me show you guys the fingerprint sensor. It works. All right, camera time. I've never been a fan of the front-facing camera, but since it is under the display, we have to, you know, expectations are gonna be a little bit lower than usual, but let's just go ahead and do a little click. And there is no portrait mode that we see. So looking at this photo here, it's terrible, straight up. It's terrible. I'm not gonna say terrible again, but you guys get the gist. It's, for a $1,800 phone, the camera is just not up to snuff. Even though the under display camera sucks, you're really buying the Fold for the outer screen here to use with the camera. So all you have to do is switch it to the front, or use the back cameras, I should say, and you wanna hit this button on the far right. I'll move my finger. Oh, it's a little awkward, you can see my setup. But regardless, you wanna hit the button up here, and that will switch the cover view. So when I flip the phone now, bada bing, bada boom, you can see me now, and I'm using the back cameras for this. So I'm gonna go ahead and snap some photos, but before I do, ergonomically, this is terrible. This is where I think the Z Pen or the S Pen, whatever Samsung wants to call it, would be beneficial, where I can just click instead of trying to tap this or, you know, squeeze my finger to take the camera. Having a pen to just click and take the photo would be great, but let me snap a couple photos and we can talk about it. So let's take a look at the photos now. Nice looking person, not gonna lie, but the only downside is that the way you hold the phone is just so it's just not the best ergonomically. Obviously, you can kind of fold it in a little bit to take the photo and do something like this, right? But then it defeats the purpose because you can't see the cover display. But regardless, I would say the outer cameras are much better than the under display camera. And then this is the one, I keep getting it confused. This is the non-portrait mode. This is just a regular photo. And I'd say these are both really impressive. Obviously with the $1,800 phone, I would expect a little bit more capability like the S23 Ultra. But you know, this is almost like a phone that's a jack of all trades, a master of none. But overall, I'd say I'm happy with the cameras, but I would like something a little bit more, something that's closer to what I would see on the S23 Ultra. All right, so right now I'm using the outer cameras to record. Obviously, I'm using the outer cameras to record the 4K 30 idiot, but I can actually see myself. So I'm going to switch over to the over camera so you guys can actually see what I'm seeing right now. And this is one of the benefits of having a flippable phone or a phone with an outer display is because you can actually see what's going on when you're recording. Now, technically you could use this as like a vlog camera so you can see what you're doing while you're recording. However, once again, this just doesn't seem like the best ergonomic thing to hold in your hand all the time. I would say I have average size hands, and right now I'm getting a stretch, but you know, this isn't really I need to end this video, but this is basically just what the 4K 30 camera looks like on the outside of the Z Flip 5, Fold 5. I'm gone. I think the one thing that doesn't get enough praise when it comes to the foldable phones by Samsung, especially on the Fold series, is just the software. Everything is really well optimized. Once again, you have your quick settings down here, so you can just click on them. Okay, that was an accident. I think I just went home by accident. But you know, if I were to click on that, automatically brings me up to the next page, or you know, the previous app that I was working on. Bleach fans, you already know, I'm repping Bleach 24/7. But you know, it's like, it's just the system, the software is really polished over on the Samsung side, and I think that's where a lot of praise needs to go. Yes, there have been hardware improvements when it comes to the actual hinge itself, being able to fully close and be completely flat, but also being able to fully open, and it definitely feels like a snap when you open it. But you know, some things I still would want in this phone is just the under display fingerprint, you know, both on the outer screen and within the screen itself, simply because, I don't know, as you can see there, like the side fingerprint is kind of inconsistent for me. But overall, I'm pretty happy with this. I would say if you already have a Z Fold 4, probably don't need to spend the money to get the Z Fold 5. A lot of people like to complain about the outer display not being enough on the Z Fold 3 and below, but I would say going over to the 4, it might look slight, but in real world use, that extra screen real estate does make a difference. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to put my SIM card within the Z Fold 5. I don't know why I said it like that, but I'm going to put my SIM card in the Z Fold 5, use it for a couple weeks, and let you guys know what I think about it. Once again, this is just my unboxing, first impressions. This is not a review. Do not buy based off this. But hey, if you want to buy based off this unboxing and first impressions, hey, more power to you. But can't wait to explore this phone, get to be acquainted with it. I don't know why I'm talking like that as if it's a person, but regardless, appreciate every single sub, like, and comment. And as always, guys, much love. Everything just seems kind of crooked right now. Who cares?